In a distant kingdom surrounded by vast forests and towering mountains, a small dragon named Draco lived in a hidden cave. Unlike the fierce and fearsome dragons of legend, Draco was small and curious, with bright, shimmering scales and a playful spirit. In a nearby village, there lived a young boy named Thomas. He was adventurous and always dreamed of discovering the hidden secrets of the forest. His heart yearned for excitement, far beyond the simple life in his village. One day, while exploring deeper into the forest than he ever had before, Thomas stumbled upon a strange, glowing path. Following it with wonder, he eventually came across Draco's cave. The little dragon peeked out, eyes wide with curiosity at seeing a human boy so close to his home. Thomas, startled but not scared, cautiously approached Draco. "Hello there," he whispered, amazed at the sight of a dragon. Draco, sensing no danger, stepped out of the cave and sniffed the air around the boy. To Thomas's surprise, Draco wasn't menacing at all. The little dragon was friendly and curious, just as Thomas was. The two quickly bonded, and from that day on, Thomas would visit Draco every day, sharing stories and playing together in the forest. Thomas brought food and toys for Draco, and in return, Draco would take Thomas on short flights through the skies, showing him breathtaking views of the kingdom from high above. Thomas had never felt so alive, and Draco enjoyed having a friend who didn't fear him. As their friendship grew, Thomas learned more about dragons from Draco. Draco told him how dragons had once been revered, but humans had come to fear them over the years, causing the dragons to hide away. Draco had always been lonely, living in secret. One day, as Thomas and Draco played near the village, they were spotted by a group of villagers. Frightened by the sight of the dragon, the villagers ran back to the village, spreading rumors of a dangerous dragon living nearby. The village elders, afraid that the dragon might be a threat, ordered a group of hunters to capture or kill the creature. Thomas overheard their plans and raced to warn Draco before the hunters could arrive. When Thomas reached Draco's cave, he urged his dragon friend to hide deep in the mountains, far from the village. But Draco didn't want to leave his home or abandon his new friendship. He didn't understand why the villagers were afraid of him. Determined to protect his friend, Thomas came up with a plan. He would go back to the village and try to convince the elders that Draco was not dangerous. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but he couldn't let the hunters harm his best friend. Thomas returned to the village and pleaded with the elders, telling them how Draco was gentle and had never harmed anyone. But the elders were not convinced, still fearing the stories of dragons from long ago. The hunters set out into the forest, determined to find Draco. Thomas, desperate to save his friend, followed them in secret, hoping to stop them before they reached the cave. When the hunters found Draco, they cornered him at the edge of a cliff. The little dragon was frightened, but didn't attack. Thomas jumped out from his hiding place and stood between Draco and the hunters, begging them to stop. "Please," Thomas cried, "Draco is my friend. He's not like the dragons in your stories. He would never hurt anyone." But the hunters, focused on their mission, hesitated only for a moment before preparing their weapons. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the forest. An enormous, ancient dragon appeared, landing beside Draco. It was Draco's father, a guardian of the forest, who had come to protect his child. The hunters froze in terror. Draco's father, instead of attacking, spoke in a deep, wise voice. He told the hunters that dragons had long coexisted with humans peacefully, but fear had driven them apart. He had watched over the forest for centuries, protecting it from harm, including from humans.